So today we're on the last page of our weight chapter. So on this page we're going to work on questions 1 to 9. Now, because these are problem questions, we need to use rucksack. And as you know, rucksack is read the question, understand what they're asking in the question, choose whether you're going to add, subtract, multiply or divide. S is for solve the question, A is for answer, and then check your answer at the end. That's very important. So the first question says, how much heavier is the loaf of bread than the salt? So how much heavier is it? So in that case, what would you do there? We have the loaf of bread here and we have the salt. Is it add, subtract, multiply or divide? At number 2, wants you to find the total weight of 2 loaves of bread and the salt. Total usually means to add. At number 3, what would half of a loaf of bread and 3 drums of salt weigh? So I would figure out what 3 drums of salt are, what their weight is. What's half a loaf of bread? We know what a full loaf of bread. So to get half, we usually divide by 2. And then the next step would be to add them all together. Question 4 says, how much heavier are 2 loaves of bread than 3 drums of salt? So step 1 would be to find out how much 2 loaves of bread weighs. Step 2 would be to find out how much 3 drums of salt weigh. And then how much heavier? You wouldn't add them, but what could you do instead to find the difference? Difference usually means subtract. Question 5 says, how many pepper drums does it take to balance the salt drum? So the pepper drum is 50 grams and the salt drum is 350 grams. Now this looks like it could be a long division, but to make it easier for yourself, you've got 350 grams divided by 50. But because there are noughts at the end of both of them, you could change it into a sum 35, strike out the nought, divided by 5, strike out the nought, and see if you can figure that one out. That's like in your tables. Number 6, it says estimate how many loaves of bread weigh the same as 1 sheep. So that would be an estimate like you've always done an educated guess. Use your calculator to check your answer. Again, this will be a division to figure out how many loaves of bread weigh the same as 1 sheep. And 7 is find the total weight of 2 sheep. So a total usually means to add. Number 8 says how many drums of pepper would weigh 1 kilogram. So 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams and you've got 50 grams in the pepper. So it's a division. How many drums of pepper would weigh 1 kilogram? 1,000 grams divided by 50 grams, because remember they must be the same grams or kilograms when you're trying to do a sum with them. So then you could strike off the nought off the 1,000 and strike off the nought off the 50. That would give you 100 divided by 5, and that would make it much easier to do. Number 9, how much heavier are 3 boys than 2 sheep? So you need to find out what's the weight of 3 boys and find out what's the weight of 2 sheep. And then how much heavier would be a subtraction. So give those a go and we'll see how you get on. Best of luck.